Hello.
Hi.
I know you thought you'd come here today to sound check with Ultravox. Born in Cumberslang, near Glasgow. Former teeny bop idol, rich kid, and man of the visa age, Midge Ure, this is your life.
No.
So let's talk about that life, having had a wee bit of fun. Let's go back to the early days, to before the visa age and before the rich kids and Salvation, and what happened before Salvation.
Yeah. It started, the musical side of it started when I was like 13 or 14. You know, wanting to be a Stevie Marriott clone or whatever, you know, want to emulate my favourite pop star of the day. And just joining a semi-pro band, you know, getting together with some friends and some guitars.
That wasn't
the usual stuff.
That was before Salvation.
This was a couple of years before Salvation. This was a band called Stumble, and this was the big British blues thing had just happened. So we sort of had the pretentious enough to think we were a blues band, you know, when you're like 14. So that's how you start. You do your weekend gigs if you're lucky. Once you actually get started, getting your 10 quid a night and, you know, 15 mates, so roadie and carrying the stuff for you. So you had a van full of people and, like, you know, 2 amps. And it just went from there. About 3/4 of the way through my apprenticeship, I had a chance of joining like one of Scotland's big bands at the time, Salvation, big pop band. You had to do everybody else's numbers because they wouldn't let you do your own, to play the dance halls, to get the money to keep the band going. And that really confused you at the beginning. I mean, it really confused me. Right. The main problem being the fact that you came from Scotland and the music business stems from London. And it's really hard. I mean, we were naive enough to believe that we could stay in Glasgow and do it all from there during the Slick thing. Or even during the Salvation thing, we thought, well, we don't need to go to London. We'd seen umpteen bands, big bands before us, big Scottish bands, go down there and break up within 6 months because there's too much competition or whatever. There was no record companies in Scotland, no independent labels, no managers to speak of, really. It was like hitting your head off a brick wall. Yeah, I packed my things and mulled Vauxhall and headed for London.
Plead my case, O Lord, with them that strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me. Take hold of my shield and buckler and stand up for mine help. Draw out also the spear and stop the way against them that persecute me. Say unto my soul, I am thy salvation. I thought Midge Ure was in Salvation, wasn't he?
I think you're right.